So I don't know if you've been noticing, doesn't look like Hillary Clinton is reaching out very much to the progressives. Certainly her followers aren't, not on Twitter or Facebook. They can't write enough shitty, more condescending, sneering things about Bernie Sanders supporters. Not only Bernie, but Bernie's supporters. They can't stop. And what is this? What's the result of? I mean, I don't understand. So, like, Hillary Clinton's going to need the Bernie supporters. Like, that's half the party. Half the party right now is Bernie Sanders supporters. 46% of pledged delegates. They're going to need those people to beat Trump, right? You would think, especially since independents don't like Hillary. So guess what? Bloomberg did a poll. Oh, turns out nearly half of Sanders supporters won't support Clinton. Hey, maybe you should call them sexists more. Maybe you should have the chairman of the Democratic National Committee compare them to Trump supporters, say they're violent. Maybe if you guys start lying about them and say they threw chairs when you screwed them over on videotape, maybe that'll help. So that's what's going on. June 14th, Bloomberg Politics national poll of likely voters in November's election found that barely half of those who favored Sanders, 55%, plan to vote for Clinton. Instead, 22% they'll vote for Trump, while 18% favor Libertarian Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson, by the way, who said he wants to raise the retirement age to 75. Thanks, Gary. Thank you, Libertarians. And apparently the tactic Hillary supporters think works is to keep calling names of Bernie Sanders supporters, and that'll make them come around. But here's what people are saying that talk to the Bloomberg. People like, for instance, here's a woman who says, I'm a registered Democrat, but I cannot bring myself to vote for another establishment politician like Hillary, says Laura Arms, a 43-year-old homemaker from Beeville, Texas, who participated in the Bloomberg poll and plans to vote for Trump. She's a registered Democrat, but cannot bring herself to vote for another establishment politician like Hillary. She plans to vote for Trump. And why would that? Why would a Democrat from Texas vote for Trump? Okay, maybe not that up on the issues, but what are they up on? She said, I don't agree with a lot of what Trump says, but he won't owe anybody. What you see is what you get. So there's a lot of people out there that go, well, he's not bought. Whatever he says, he's not bought. We know all the other politicians are. That's why 90% of people want some kind of gun legislation. We ain't getting it. Republicans go on TV and brag about how they're not going to let you vote on it. So there you go.
Those are our choices, the fascist, racist who won't owe anybody, or Hillary Clinton.
Or oligarchy. So here's another kind of voter. So that's one kind of voter. That's a Democrat who likes the idea that Trump's not bought. So, and by the way, that's an accusation he can sling at Hillary that will stick. Okay, here's Eric Brooks, 52, a community organizer in San Francisco. Won't be among them. I will absolutely never vote for Clinton, says Brooks, a community organizer from San Francisco. He says, but as a Green Party member, I'm going to vote for Green Party candidate Jill Stein. If you care about the climate like I do, it makes a lot of sense to strategically vote for Stein because she could get 5%, which has implications for the Green Party getting federal funding. So this is who's on the left. Environmentalists. Hillary's supposed to reach out to them. If the Democrats don't reach out to the environmentalists, why the fuck would they ever support them? Why would they support a candidate that was for the fucking pipeline, is pro-fracking, and was pro-TPP, and will find a way to be for it again? It's a politician's job to talk to those people and convince them to fucking support them. Because it's in your interest. Well, they know it's not in their interest. And that's an actual logical argument. Well, if we get 5%, this is how they're talking about incremental change on the Green Party. We get 5% this election. We get federal funding. We become viable. So you can't say that that's screwed up thinking. You can't wag your finger at that guy and say you got to vote for Trump. That's a guy who cares. He's a community organizer and he's an environmentalist. He says he doesn't worry about supporting Stein. He doesn't worry that supporting Stein could throw the election to Trump because he expects Johnson, the libertarian, to siphon Republican votes from Trump too. Nobody in this election has to worry about being a spoiler. So there you go. It turns out everybody can vote their conscience. Isn't that weird? Because there's going to be libertarians in the race too. They're going to siphon votes. Nobody owes you their fucking vote. Nobody owes anybody their vote. You got to go earn your vote. Hey, Hillary, if you care about beating Trump, reach out to the environmentalists. Reach out to them instead of reaching out to Exxon and the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Reach out. How about them? Reach out to environmental. They're lefties. They're on the left. They want to support you. Give them a reason. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. So here's another type of person who isn't going to vote for Hillary. There's 0% chance that Hillary Clinton could get my vote, said Perry Mitchell, a 31-year-old nonprofit worker from Baltimore. She's a corporate candidate. I don't vote for corporate candidates. I don't do lesser of two evils.
Wow.
That's another type of person who isn't going to vote for Hillary Clinton. These are lefties. These are lefties. You can't ask environmentalists and someone who works at a nonprofit in Baltimore to vote for a corporate candidate. And then the question gets asked to these Bernie supporters, what if the alternative is Trump? Well, here's one of the responses. You're choosing between fascism and oligarchy. His 23-year-old brother, Brady, interjected with more vivid analogy to the Clinton-Trump choice. Quote, die by quicksand or die by bullet. So you can't really wag your finger at these people and say, what's wrong with you? Why won't you vote for Hillary Clinton? These are all perfectly legitimate positions to have. In fact, they're the moral position to have. Good luck. Good luck, Democrats, nominating the most historically hated candidate in the history of history. Way to go, you fucking idiot insider establishment maniacs. You shit all over a progressive, and for what? Progressives ain't going to follow you this time. We're going to occupy. Don't freak out.